Hi, everyone. It is me, Dr. Stacy Betancourt, coming to you today with another edition of Making Sense with Dr. Stacy. And for those of you who may be watching for the first time, I wanted to kind of talk about my credentials just a little bit. I am a PhD in advanced studies of social human behaviors. What that means is I have studied the brain and activities and behaviors from birth to death. Now, with a lot of different facets in between, I studied addictions, I studied what it does to your body. No, I'm not a medical doctor, but I know what I'm talking about. So let's talk about what could be a sensitive subject for some of you. And that is there ever an appropriate time to let somebody out of your life? And the answer to that is absolutely yes. Now, this may be difficult for some of you to listen to and may be hard for you if you're currently going through this, but if you are going through this and you are feeling emotions of guilt or emotions of sorrow, well, let's talk about those emotions. Now, it's okay to feel sad. You're losing somebody. That may be a relative or a close friend. And that's painful. And you need to acknowledge that. And you need to be able to process what that looks like and what that feels like. And when you make that decision to let them out of your life, you really need to verbalize that to them. You need to be able to tell them that, you know what, where you're at right now is not all right for me. And while some can say, how can you just walk away from somebody? Well, sometimes you have to. And that's hard. And it may not seem hard to the person you're walking away from, but absolutely necessary for your mental outlook, your emotional outlook, and your overall sense of being. If you've taken a look at a very short video that I did recently about what anger does to your body, we've talked about anger and all those emotions that go with it. But when you talk about what these things do to your body, it can actually be damaging. Anytime you raise your stress hormones, which is your cortisol levels, which comes from your adrenal gland above your kidneys, there's your educational moment. It releases a chemical that can actually do good for you when it's needed. It is definitely a hormone your body needs, but if your body produces too much, it can be harmful to you. It can cause a lot of different things. It can trigger anxiety and depression. It can cause weight gain because it is a hormone, and if your body doesn't know what to do with it, it just stores it. So knowing when to say when with a person is vital. If you have people in your life who are toxic, who always seem to want to make you feel bad, but feel badly for really nothing, and yet you're sitting there thinking, what did I do to this person? Yet you're following them and trying to apologize for things you didn't do. The other thing is when you're dealing with someone who cannot come to terms with themselves and what they are dealing with, which is a very hard thing and definitely takes professional help, you can't fix that. So the thing is you can't even, I hate to say this, but you can only try so much. And if the person is not willing to take your hand on the journey and get the mental health that they need, whether it be addictions or whether it be feelings of chronic depression and stress or anything, anxiety, all of these emotions really do affect the person's mental outlook. And if they are someone who is continually exhibiting these behaviors of anxiety, depression, manipulation, and just so many different things that happen, You have got to be willing to walk away. Now, there is a way to do that. And it's really up to the other person to receive the information as they choose. And I'm going to be honest with you, there is nothing you can do about it. If you have somebody that decides to manifest themselves onto you in a negative way, walking away may be your only resolution to that. As painful as it may seem, it's letting them know that you have parameters, because everyone should. That is a way of protecting yourself from harm, insults, whatever it may be. And I will tell you, people who suffer from addictions, chronic manipulation, controlling behaviors, will continue to try and bring you into their world. And you can't do that. You really can't change others. You can only change yourself. And I have seen that time and time again in my field of practice. I cannot change a client if they really don't want to change. And there have been times that I've had to let a client go, or even in my own personal life, let somebody go, because they cannot see what they're doing to themselves. And that's very hard. You want to set the boundaries. You want to let them know, look, you know what? I cannot do this relationship or this friendship or this family connection because you're not honoring me as the person. And if they're not, you've got to walk away. So be honest with yourself. Be honest with them. Try to be as kind as you can, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes these people will not get the point. So you have to be very frank and you have to be very final and be ready for it to be a permanent situation. You may never see or hear from this person again, and that's their choice. And you have to honor that choice. But if they are someone who brings toxicity into your life, they're not worth it, because you are worth more. You deserve more. So the basic theme here is, number one, you can't change anybody else. You can only change yourself. That's one. Two, you have to be willing to let toxic people out of your life. Three, you have got to be content in your world. And you have to respect the choices and decisions of other people. As hard as that may be, as difficult as that can be, as cruel as this may sound, you have to do what's good for you. And if you're in an abusive situation, that is very different. And I will put links into this posting to let you know where you can go for help. Any one of you that is in an abusive relationship, you have got to get out. And there are ways for you to do it. There are organizations available to help you. So a little bit of a heavy topic this week, but it's something that needs to be said. And if you're waiting for that approval or permission, be willing to give yourself the permission, but I'm giving you the permission. If you need to walk away from someone in your life who is not benefiting you in a positive manner, then I give you permission to let them go. So with that being said, I hope that you have a great week. If you need any help, reach out to me, comments below, email me through my website. Anything you need, let me know. Remember to be good to yourself, be good to others, and in those relationships, be willing to politely walk away. And they're not going to like it, but there's nothing that they can do, that you can do, to make their world better, make your world better. And by doing so, you will help other people. And that's the line we walk. So take care. Have a good week. and keep watching. Take care for now. This is Dr. Stacy Betancourt with another Making Sense with Dr. Stacy. Take care. Have a great week. I'll see you next Sunday.